I normally don't feel myself emotional, but I wanted to share, you know, I just had like a moment with the Lord. I think that there's days one wakes up and they feel a little off and you try to push through. My hair is still so cute. You try to push through. And so I did. I had my meetings. I had like torn apart my office to try to find these documents. I put it all back. Put laundry away. I still have some more I have to put away. But, you know, then I was, there was a song I heard. I think that song unlocked a lot of emotions of just reflection. And then this is going to be such a weird little statement, but I'm going to say it. Like on Instagram, Black China, I think she rebranded herself with her name, but she was just showing a video of like her fitness challenge, but she said something and then I felt like it hit me. She just said, "You're beautifully designed. And if you're not feeling beautifully designed today, I recommend you go pray." Or I felt like the Holy Spirit hit me. I'm gonna call it the Holy Spirit because it definitely was a force outside of like, out myself. But when I heard that, it just like hit me and it opened this, you know, chest of subconscious thoughts, emotions, things I'm processing. And then I just started to write because I believe there's power in my pen. And I'm pretty sure I just wrote like a little worship anthem song, almost like a declarative statement. But I just had this moment with the Lord where I was just like being honest with my emotions and ruining my makeup that I had just freshly done not too long ago. And it's funny how when we're going through junk, when the fire is underneath us, like what rises to the surface, what imperfections or impurities rise to the surface, or what comes up to the surface. And I realized for me, the thing that came up was feeling like there are parts of me that don't feel perfectly designed, or my own imperfections. And it's also beautiful how I believe God, the Holy Spirit, speaks into the areas where there's fractures of our heart or our thoughts. And so then I just started writing, and it's interesting, right? When the lie came up, like, I don't feel perfectly designed, the truth came up immediately too, like, but I believe there's a God that's for me. I do believe there's a God that's guiding me. I do believe there's a God that protects me. I do believe. And as I was just like writing all this, now I'm crying for a different reason. I'm crying because there's this internal battle of like, I don't feel enough. I don't feel everything's perfect. And then on the other end, it's like, but I do have this deep belief that there's a God that's for me. And then as I was writing all that, I was like, I let myself have my moment with the Lord. I cried. And then I was like, I'm going to record this because I think that so many times on social media, I'm literally sitting on my floor, you guys, like literally. I think so many times on social media, we're posting the highlight reels. You see all my reels. You see all my dancing moments, my joyous moments. But there are moments like this where I already felt like I was having a hard day from the start. But a practice I believe in building in is called a holy pause. And I'll be honest, I felt like in these last few days, I haven't had many holy pauses. And I feel like I've been intaking a lot of information and outputting, you know, things I have to do, but like not creating this space, this shalom, this rest, this moment of like peace. I haven't really created that. And so I feel like it just snuck up on me. It was created for me in this moment. It was like, hey, Lex, that little area you feel like gets poked on a little bit. I could just sense, you know, the Lord being like, I'm still for you. I still got your back, you know? And so I was like, I feel like I should record this. If I share all these other parts of my life, shouldn't I share these parts too, you know? So I just wanted to record to say, hey, like, sometimes we have good days, sometimes we have bad days, but build in a holy pause moment. What is the phrase or word that unlocks maybe the subconscious or emotional parts that haven't been spoken into? And then ask yourself, if God had something to say, what would he say? Or sometimes I'll be like, what does unconditional love have to say about this? I didn't even ask any of those things. I feel like immediately, you know, God was speaking right into it. But I think if that isn't familiar for you, if you're somebody who doesn't believe immediately, like, God does have my back, God's for me, then wrestle with that. But also think, okay, if there was, I don't believe it, but if there was this unconditional loving entity, what would they say? And just see what happens in your heart, in your soul in that moment. So that's my encouragement for you today. And I really do hope this speaks to somebody. I did a job interview recently and somebody asked me, what do I think my superpower is? And I said authenticity and vulnerability. It's because I believe those things unlock vulnerability and authenticity in others. And so here I am using my superpower of authenticity and vulnerability, smeared makeup and tears and all. And I hope it speaks to you today. Toodles. Love you.